Hi there, everybody, and welcome back to 1949. We've got one of these somewhat rare evening appearances here for you, as it's a little bit dark. Another long day of work, long day of a lot of stuff going on. Pirates coming to this one game, I believe, behind the Giants, if it's not half a game or a game and a half, somewhere around there. And Willard Marshall ends up hitting a ground ball over to Pascal at second base, and he makes a play and throws to first for the out. Giants now in first place. Pirates are right on their tail, but are fading fast, and the count now on said Gordon 0-2 here, one out in the top of the first. Gordon fouls one back. It's still 0-2, takes one wide, 1-2. If you're wondering, the Dodgers end up, they're right about 5 or 5.5 games behind the Giants. They have been on somewhat of a roll, but the Giants keep winning as well. 2-2 now the count on Sid Gordon, and there's one high, full count now. If you're wondering about how it was in real life, actually the Giants were in first place at this point of the season as well in real life. I bet you didn't know that. Gordon takes ball 4 high, and he takes a stroll down to first base. Vic Lombardi, the pitcher here for the Pirates, and Lombardi didn't have too many starts in real life. He's been pitching very well in this replay. We want to start him while he is. 2-0 though the count on Rigney, and Lombardi starting to lose his control. There's a strike on the outside edge. 2-1 now the count. There's one head deep to left, and that is over the wall. That's into that good old Greenberg Gardens. You remember about that if you've been reading the blog. 2-0 already, Giants, and they're on a roll. Whitey Lockman out with the ground ball down to Bachman at third base. He makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away. And here is Mickey Livingston, the catcher, who takes the strike, and then a ball. 1-1 the count now on Livingston. And there's a strike in there, 1-2, as Livingston checked that swing, but it was a strike in there anyway. Fouls one back. It's still 1-2. And that's fouled back again, 1-2 the count still, and he swings and misses at that one for strike 3, so we go to the bottom of the first. Ralph Kiner up there now is still hitting well, 346, but he's been a little bit of a slump as of late, as you'll recall. 10 home runs already, though. And we'll see what he can do here today. He fouls one up and back, 0-1 the count. And there's a ground ball over to Rigney at short. Rigney makes a good play and it throws to first, but Kiner's able to leg that one out, and he's the runner on at first base. That brings up Ed Fitzgerald. Takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count. And there's a strike down around the knees, 1-1. Changeup now to him, 2-1 the count now on Fitzgerald. And there's a breaking ball that he swings on and misses for strike 2. It's 2-2. Throw to first place, just a calling card. And, boy, there's the next pitch from Costello, and Fitzgerald swings and misses at that one, and he strikes out, 1 away. And here's Pete Castiglione. Lots of talk in the Sabre world these days about strikeouts as Castiglione takes a strike. I'm telling you, if you've played these games, you know the strikeouts are not much fun because that strikeout from Fitzgerald does nothing. You need to make contact. 1-1 now the count on Castiglione, as that was a ball. 1-1 the count, here's the pitch, and there's strike 2 called. 1-2 now the count. Throw over to first, and nothing doing. We're not sending Kiner. And there's a little ground ball over to first base. Mize makes a play, has to flip over to Costello. Kiner moves up to second. 2 away now. Eddie Bachman up with the runner on at second base. Bachman takes the ball. Fouls one back. It's 1-1 the count. Changeup is at the knees for a strike. 1-2 now. And 2-2 as that one just misses. And there's one line to left side, just foul. Costello having a good season so far, 5-1 record. And there's a little ground ball back to the pitcher. Costello has that off the mound, makes the play, and throws over to first for the out. We go to the top of the second, and here is the great Scott, Bobby Thompson. And he lines it straight up the middle for a base hit. It makes him with the 12-game hitting streak, and that'll bring up Johnny Mize. 2 hits now for the Giants, and they have the 2-0 lead. Mize takes the strike, and there's a ball down and in, 1-1 the count. Mize looks at ball 2. It's 2-1 now the count. There's a line drive that is by Fleming over at first base. That'll send Bobby Thompson to third. And so with nobody out, here comes Bobby Ron. You remember Bobby Ron. We talked about him the last time these teams played. Another classic video documentary for you. We are all about players like Bobby Ron here on this channel. Bobby takes a strike, 0-1 the count. There's a ground ball over to shortstop. Castiglione has it. We're going to do the double play. Flips over to Pascal for 1, thrown over to first base for the double play. The run scores, though, is 3-0 now New York. Here's Dave Costello, the pitcher, takes the ball high, 1-0 the count. Hitting a good 278, and he hits a fly ball over to left field. Kiner, not a great fielder, but he's able to pull on the brakes there and make the catch for the out. We go to the bottom of the second. Dixie Walker up there now, swings and misses at 1. 0-1 the count out of Walker. That's a little bit low, 1-1. And there is a strike in there to him. Good job framing by Livingston. And with the 1-2 count on there, Walker hits a ground ball over to Ron at second base, makes the play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. Wally Westlake now, and he lines one into left field for a base hit. And so Westlake now the runner on at first, and that brings up Les Fleming, another unheralded player. Les Fleming, playing at first base. He's probably not the player I'm supposed to be starting at first, right? I'm supposed to be starting probably Ed Stevens, maybe. I don't know. How many at-bats does this guy have? 221. Yeah, I'm probably supposed to be starting Ed Stevens, but at least for the moment, Les Fleming looks like he's playing a little bit better, so he will get the starting nod. And he loops one into center field, and that one bounces, and that's going to be a base hit. Of course, we're not going to send Westlake one out and down by 3. There's no point in making that risk. This brings up Monty Pascal. Now, if we were in 1908, I'd be thinking bunt, but we're in 1949, and I'm thinking, let's let Monty hit. But there is that chance of the double play, and there's a little fly ball over to Thompson. First pitch swinging, and Thompson goes over, makes that catch for the out, 2 away, and here is Vic Lombardi looking for a hit this season. Hasn't had any. 1-1 now the count on Vic. And that's in the zone for a strike, 1-2, and he swings and misses that one and strikes out, and we go to the top of the third. Here's Willard Marshall. Now, Pirates have had their chances as Marshall takes a ball and then fouls one back, 1-1 the count on him, and that's another foul ball. He spoils a good one, 1-2 the count. That is just high. It's 2-2, and there's a line drive between first and second, and Marshall gets the hit and ends up over on first base. He has a 13-game hitting streak, and this is one of the reasons why the Giants are playing so well. That'll bring up Sid Gordon now with the runner on at first, and he fouls one straight back. It's 0-1 on Gordon, and that's outside, 1-1 now the count on Sid. Low and outside, it's 2-1. And there's a little ground ball over to second base. Pascal has that. No play at second, so he has to go to first with it for the first out. And here's Bill Rigney with the runner on at second, who takes the ball, and then takes another one low. Rigney with that home run. Fouls one back, 1-2 the count. That was his second home run of the season. 2-2 now the count. And he swings on and misses that one for the strikeout, 2 away. And it's Whitey Lockman. Whitey Lockman takes a ball low, 1-0 the count on him. Runner on at second. Takes another one wide. It's 2-0 now the count. 2-1 as that curveball is in there, and that's fouled back. 2-2 now the count on Lockman. And that one is low, but that doesn't not able to advance Marshall as Fitzgerald kind of lost that one. And Lockman ends up finding a ball up in the zone. He gets the base hit, and this might score Marshall. He's rounding third going for home, and here's the throw, and it's in time. But Fitzgerald doesn't get that tag down in time. Marshall is safe, and that's a 4-0 ball game. And here comes Mickey Livingston. The Giants have totally torn Pittsburgh apart as Livingston takes a strike and then a ball, 1-1 the count. I'll be honest with you, I was cheering for the Pirates here since they had such a bad year in real life. 1-2 the count now on Livingston. They've fallen apart here, and there's strike 3. Lombardi gets some swinging. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and it's Ralph Kiner to lead it off. Kiner needs to do a little bit better here. 1-1 so far in this game. 1-1's pretty good, right? But he gets a little ground ball over to Mize. The first baseman does it himself to the bag for the first out. 1 away, and it's Ed Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald up there takes high for a ball, 1-0 the count. And there's a strike right down the pipe, 1-1. That's in the dirt for a ball. 2-1 the count now on Ed. A little ground ball over to Mize at first, and he doesn't win the race. Now, this is a really, really poor play by Mize because Koslow fails to cover. Mize ends up getting a late start, but the reason why this is such a poor play, as you know, is that Fitzgerald is the catcher. So the catcher outruns the first baseman to get to first base. How many times in real life do you see that one happen? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, this wouldn't happen or this is unrealistic or anything like that. I mean, I could see it happening. Theoretically, but this is a pretty bad play. And it probably shouldn't happen. Runner on at first base now, and here comes Pete Castiglione. 1 out, and top of the third inning, it's 4-0 Giants. 1-1 now the count on Castiglione as that one was in tight. That's fouled back. It's 1-2 now the count on him. It's bottom of the third. I don't even know what inning it is. There's a little pop-up over to Thompson ends up calling off Ron for the catch, so to center field, 2 away, and here's Eddie Bachman. Sorry, it's the bottom of the third, and Bachman hits a ground ball over to the second baseman, Ron, who makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the fourth. Bobby Thompson up there now, and he takes a ball, 1-0 the count. Fouls one back, it's 1-1. There's a ground ball up the middle. Castiglione has it, and he makes a play, throws over to first base, and just nips Thompson for the first out. 1 away, and here's Johnny Mize. Mize takes the ball inside and then hits one deep to right field, and that is a fair ball. That is a home run number 7 for Mize this season, and that makes this a 5-0 game. The Giants are just completely crushing the Pirates. I mean, this looks like the team that really is the team of destiny. 1-1 the count on Bobby Ron. That's fouled straight back. It's 1-2. 1-2 pitches in there, and that's a check swing to stay alive. 1-2 still the count, and boy, that one buries him down low, and he swings and misses at that for the second out. Here's Dave Koslow. Ron, hate to say it, might have to go back to the minors. That's a ball there on Koslow, and then swings and misses a 1-1 the count. That's swing and a miss at a pitch chest high. It's 1-2, and that one's low, 2-2 the count. It's fouled straight back, still 2-2, and there's a pop-up. Fitzgerald has enough room and grabs that for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth, and it's Dixie Walker. Takes the ball low, 1-0 the count. There's one in there for a strike. It's 1-1. 2-1 now the count on Walker, and there's a little ground ball over to Rigney at shortstop. He makes the play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. That'll bring up Wally Westlake. Westlake takes a strike. It's 0-1 on Westlake, and there's a little fly ball over to center field. Thompson has that for the out, 2 gone. Les Fleming up there now takes a strike, 0-1 the count, and that's a 1-1 count now as that's low and outside. 1-2, there's a fastball over Broadway, and there's a swing and a miss on that one, and that does it. We go to the top of the fifth. Top of the fifth inning, Giants have scored in every single inning so far, 5-0 to score. And here comes Willard Marshall, who's hitting .365, .422 on base percentage, .617 slugging percentage. Would you ever believe that Marshall would hit this well? And I tell you, it doesn't matter what sabermetric tool you use or what kind of analysis you use. Those are good figures, and it's going to look good in WAR. It'll look good in anything you use. Pops one up over the left side. Bachman has that for the out, 1 away, and here's Sid Gordon. Gordon takes the curve outside, 1-0 the count, and 2-0, that's the fastball high, and there's a ground ball over to Bachman at third, makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 gone. Bill Rigney now hits one over to right center field, and that's going to get down, and that'll roll around a little bit. Rigney, though, only able to make it to first base, not able to get a double out of that one, as Walker's able to run that one down. This is a little bit odd. This is kind of an odd bit of a play-by-play because my first question is, you have a poor fielder and you have a fast runner. Why is it that he's unable to go to second, right? Because you look at this play-by-play at the first glance and you think, oh, this has got to be a double, right? And those of us who are doing announcing here for all of our imaginary friends online, and I mean, you know, don't get me wrong. I know what the numbers are on the number of people who end up watching these recordings that I do. You know, when we're talking to our imaginary friends here, looking out the window, we're thinking, boy, I would sure like some play-by-play that would tell me what actually happened instead of building up false expectations. 0-2 the count now on Lockman. And there's a ball on him, 1-2 now the count. And there's a fastball at the knees, but that's called a ball. 2-2 the count now on Whitey. Ground ball over to Castiglione, flips over to second for the Forest. We go to the bottom of the fifth, 5-0 still Giants. And here comes Monty Bascal. Goes up there, takes a strike, and then hits that was a pitch in the dirt, 1-1 the count. Little ground ball over to first base, and Mize lets that one roll. That just rolls foul, 1-2 the count. And foul ball off of Bascal's bat, still 1-2. Looks at ball 2-2 the count now, Monty, and there's a ground ball over to Gordon at third base, makes a play and throws to first for the out, 1 away. Here is Vic Lombardi. Lombardi up there, takes the ball tight, 1-0 the count now on Vic. Fastball is outside, and it is 2-1, and there's a little pop-up over to right field. Marshall has that one battling with the sun, makes the catch for the out, 2 away. Here is Ralph Kiner, takes the ball, 1-0 the count. 2-0 as that one is away. There's a little ground ball over to Rigney. That's short. He makes the play and throws to first for the out. We go to the top of the sixth, and it's Mickey Livingston. Takes a strike. 0-1 is the count on Livingston, and there's another one down the pipe. 0-2. There's a ball in there, Tim. 1-2, and Livingston's up swinging and missing for strike 3. And that does it. 1 away. Here's Bobby Thompson. Thompson takes the ball. 1-0 the count. And that's hit hard to right center field, and that's going to be in there for an extra base hit. And Thompson ends up all the way over at third base for that one. Hits a triple. That is his second triple of the season, and that'll bring up Johnny Mize. Mize up there now, and that's grounded over to Fleming at first. He's going to do that one to the bag himself, and it's a 6-0 game. Here's Bobby Ron. Ron takes the ball inside, 1-0 the count. Then another one, 2-0 now the count on Ron, and that's off the plate. It's 3-0 on him, and there's one wide, and Lombardi has walked another one. Walk number 2 here for Vic. 5 strikeouts in this game, but he hasn't pitched very effectively. Here's Dave Costello, and Lombardi's not going to last long. Costello takes the strike, and then a ball, 1-1 the count. You walk that number 8 hitter, you're not going to last long in this league. 2-2 now the count on Dave. There's a little pop-up over to the right side, and it's going to be Bascal, and actually the second baseman who makes that catch, and we go to the bottom of the sixth. Ed Fitzgerald up there now. It's a pop-up over to the left side, and it's Sid Gordon who grabs that for the out, 1 away. Now Pete Castiglione up there. Little ground ball over to Ron, the second baseman, makes the play and throws to first for the out, 2 away. Eddie Bachman up there now. And he hits a little ground ball over to first base. Mize has that one and makes the play, runs over to the bag and tags it for the out. Go to the top of the 7th inning, and here's Willard Marshall, who takes a strike and then gets a little base hit over there to center field right in front of Westlake. 2 for 4 is Marshall today. I've been telling you, he's hitting pretty well. Sid Gordon up there now is 0 for 2 today, but has scored a run after a walk. Fouls one off, 0-1 the count now on Gordon, and swings and misses at 1. It's 0-2. And there's a check swing, hits the bat, foul ball, 0-2, the count remains. There's one hit to left, just foul, and he was going for Greenberg Gardens out there, 0-2, the count remains. Fastball is inside, 1-2 the count, and there's another one inside. It's 2-2 on Gordon. 3-2 as that one was inside again. There's a ground ball down to second base. Pascal has it, flips over to Castiglione for one, on to Fleming for the double play. And they're 2 away now here for Bill Rigney, who takes the ball high, 1-0 the count. Another one just low, 2-0 on Rigney. And that's smashed back through the box. That's the 10th hit that Lombardi's given up here. We're only in the top of the 7th, and here's Whitey Lockman, who takes the ball high. And there's a strike on him, 1-1 now the count on Lockman. And there's one hit up to the right, up and out of play, 1-2 the count. And that's a ball on him, 2-2 now. And that's off the plate, full count now on Whitey. And there's ball 4 just high. Lombardi should have struck him out there on that 2-2 pitch, and it was called a ball, and he ends up losing him for the third walk. That'll bring up Livingston, who takes a strike and then fouls one back. 0-2 the count now on Mickey. It's inside on him. It's 1-2, 6-0 game. And that was way outside, 2-2 the count now on Mickey. And he swings and misses that one for strike 3. That's the 6th strikeout today for Lombardi. And I'm telling you, he's pitched fairly well if you don't look at all the runs he's given up. 6-0 here. Giants are overpowering the Pirates, and Costello's on his way to his 6th victory. Walker with a 1-2 count on him after that foul ball, and there's another foul ball over to the right side. Still now 1-2 the count. There's a line drive over to Sid Gordon at third base, and he snags that for the out, 1 away. Wally Waistlake up there now takes a strike. I've been waiting for Lombardi to get up and take him out, but we can't get that far in the order because everybody's making out. It's 1-1 the pitch over to Westlake. It's a fly ball over to right field, and Marshall's there for the out, 2 away, and it's Les Fleming again. Fleming takes a strike, 0-1 the count. Little fly ball over to left field. Lockman's got that for the out. We go to the top of the 8th, and it's Bobby Thompson up there. Thompson takes the ball, 1-0 the count. Swings and misses at that one. It's 1-1, and there's one off the plate. 2-1 the count on Thompson. Swings and misses at that one again. It's 2-2 on him. And Thompson, the sort of hitter, I'm just looking here quickly at his statistics. Yeah, I don't know. He didn't have that many strikeouts. This is one of these things that we talk about from time to time. I've been in arguments with people on Twitter who tell me that if you are going to be a power hitter, you have to have a high strikeout rate. You ever hear of Bobby Thompson? 2-2 the count now on Thompson. He's no Hall of Famer, and he takes the ball. It's full count on him, and that one misses low, and that's another walk. Lombardi having a hard time with his control. It's Johnny Mize up there now, and he takes a breaking pitch in the dirt, 1-0 the count, and that's another ball. It's 2-0. And there's a strike in there to him. 2-1 the count now on Mize. Ground ball to the left side, and that's a base hit for Mize. And Lombardi, he'll come out in the bottom of this inning, top of the 8th inning. 2-0 now the count on Bobby Ron. And he pops one up. Fitzgerald, not enough room. 2-1 is the count now on Ron. 3-1 as that one misses, and there's a curveball high. So Lombardi's given up 2 walks in this inning, 5 today. Dave Costello up there fouls one back, 0-1 the count. Big swing and a miss on that one. It's 0-2 on him. And there's strike 3 called to Costello, and that's 7 strikeouts now from Lombardi. 1 out here, and here is Marshall. Again, that man Marshall, 2 for 4 today. See if he gets a base hit. Takes a fastball for a strike. It's 0-1, and there's a ball inside. 1-1 the count now on Marshall. That's high and tight. 2-1 is the count on him, and there's one line by second base, and that's going to be a base hit. That will score 1. Everybody moves up a station. 3 for 5 today is Marshall with 1 run batted in and 1 run scored, and it's Sid Gordon now, 7-0 Giants. Gordon takes a strike. You can tell I like to go with these starters as long as they'll let me. 1-1 the count now on Gordon. I mean, at this point, these runs don't matter that much. And there's the double play ball. Ground ball over to Castiglione. Flips over to Pascal for 1 and on to Fleming at first for the double play. And we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And so all is right with the world as we'll be able to pinch hit from Lombardi. But the Pirates haven't gotten a base hit anywhere. And there's as soon as I say it, Pascal hits a little ground ball over to Ron. Really good play by Ron to prevent that from going to the outfield. But sort of first is nowhere in time. And that puts Pascal on at first base. So for those of you who are still watching this, as the Giants now have a 7-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th, Marv Rackley will be the pinch hitter for the Pirates. And let's see if Pittsburgh can get something going. The Buccos don't just need a bloop and a blast. They need a bloop blast, and a bloop blast, and that's just to get back in it. I don't know what they need to win this one. There's a foul ball, 0-1 the count. It's a ball low to Rackley. It's 1-1. Pop up, out of play. 1-2 now the count on Rackley, and he swung and missed at that one. That's strikeout number 4 for Costello. 1 away. Ralph Kiner up there now. Kiner can knock one out as he takes a ball, but it won't do much. Takes the ball wide, 2-0 the count. And there's one grounded up the middle, and that's off the glove of Rigney, and that'll be a base hit. We're not going to send Pascal to third. There's no point. Ed Fitzgerald now, still a 7-0 game. 2 on for the Pirates with 1 out. Fitzgerald takes the ball, 1-1 the count on him. There's a swing and a miss on a pitch low. It's 1-2. And there's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Costello ends up getting that strikeout. 5 strikeouts there for Dave Costello. That'll bring up Pete Castiglione. And he takes a changeup on the inner half for a strike. Costello pitching very well today. Curveball just outside, 1-1 the count. That's banged up the middle for a base hit. We're going to send both runners. Let's see if they can score. How good is Thompson's arm? And we'll see what happens. There's a play at the plate, and Pascal is safe just under that throw, and he scores. The Pirates finally have a run on the board. 7 hits now for Pittsburgh. That'll bring up Eddie Bachman. Remember now, 2 outs still in this bottom of the 8th inning. Runners on at first and third. Even a home run here doesn't get you all the way back in the game. Bachman takes a ball. It's a ground ball over to Rigney at short, and he flips over to second base to Ron for the out. And so that does it. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and who are you going to put in? Who are you going to call? I don't know. Do we want to do Rip Sewell? I'm just looking at his game started total. We will put Rip in there. We'll put Rip in there and do what we can. Always hard to make that decision. I talked about that 2 days ago, I think it was, and how difficult it is to figure out who to put in and how the computer does a bad job of that. The first batter up there was Rigney, who hit a ground ball over to Fleming, the first baseman, flipped over to Sewell for the first out. One away, and it's Whitey Lockman who takes the ball off the plate. 1-0 the count on him, and there's a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. It's fouled upstairs, 1-2. Fouled away again, 1-2 the count still. It's high and away, 2-2 now on Lockman. Full count now on him as that one was by his feet, and there's a ground ball over to Pascal. Lockman chasing ball 4, and instead grounding out to second baseman, 2 away, and here's Mickey Livingston. Livingston takes the strike, 0-1 the count, and 1-1 as that was high. Fastball is low and inside. 2-1 now the count on Mickey. And there's a slider in there for a strike, 2-2 the count. There's a ground ball over to Castiglione, who lets that one go straight through his legs. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. That'll bring up Bobby Thompson. Thompson takes the ball inside. And there's one hit deep to left field. Goodbye. Goodbye, baseball. That's into Greenberg Gardens. And boy, the Greenberg Gardens are they are blooming here today as we are in late May. And they're blooming white. They're blooming with the side of baseballs. 9-1, the Giants. And unfortunately, the Buccos are not hitting those balls out there. There's a strike in their demise. 0-1 the count, and a ball to them. 1-1. There's a fly ball over to center field. Westlake has that for the out. That does it. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Dixie Walker leads off and takes the ball. There's another ball high to Walker. 2-0 the count. Another high fastball. It's 3-0 on him. He takes a fastball for strike 1, 3-1 now the count on him, and there's a fastball on the inside corner. Full count now on Walker. A little ground ball down to Rigney. Shortstop makes the play, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Wally Westlake up there now takes a strike, 0-1 the count. Another one on the outside corner. It's 1-2 on Westlake, and there's a ground ball over to Rigney. He makes the play and throws to first for the out. 2 gone. Here's Les Fleming. And there's a breaking ball on the outside corner. I tell you, Costello's been pitching so well today. 7 hits given up, 1 run, but I mean, this is an incredible performance by him. 2-1 now the count on Fleming, and 2-2 as Fleming takes the strike, and that fastball misses. Full count now on Fleming, and there's strike 3 swinging. He pulled the string. No walks for Costello in this game. 6 strikeouts in the complete game victory. Gave up the 1 run, only 7 hits given up, and this is to the team in second place that has been playing very, very well this season. I talked about the Pirates being the team of destiny, but how about these Giants, man? This is really, really, really impressive. It's 9-1 is your final score. New York Giants are really on a roll, and I'll have more for you tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we're going to keep this up. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.